back with round one of probably my favorite cube draft I've had this so far. And I'm actually going to keep this hand and go big on Rabble Master. Yeah, I've got lots of mana, so yeah, I'm going to keep this hand. Decent chance that I can Chrome Mox into Rabble Master on turn 2 on the draw anyway, so should be able to pick up some extra cards. Alright, so I guess I need to go Sacred Foundry first, because there's a chance that's going to be important on the next turn. Let's see what he's got here. Wall of Omens, okay. So that does slow down my Rabble Master a bit, and maybe we're playing some kind of white mid-range deck here. So I really don't want to pitch my Dig Through Time, but especially now that I've drawn a fetch land. Not sure how important it is to play the Rabble Master on this particular turn. So I think I'm actually going to go ahead and... Man, I hate to miss the opportunity to get the extra token in, but may not turn out to be as big a threat against this type of deck anyway, so just Island go. Yep. Just Island go. Gonna play it a little bit conservatively. I've got the Batter Skull. It may be that I just want to pitch the Rabble Master to the Chrome Mox to get out like Batter Skull quicker. Okay, so we're on GT here. Interesting. And Preordain. So this is definitely some kind of like blue-white mid-range kind of thing. So in a way we're sort of playing similar decks. Most likely. Makes sense, sitting across the table from each other. And I've drawn another land, which is not really what I'm looking for here, but I will go ahead and... I don't know that I don't think I can... No, because I don't want to give them extra opportunities to use the GT, so I really don't want the Rabble Master out at this point, unfortunately, so... I will just play a land and pass. I can pitch the Rabble Master to the Chrome Mox and play the Batter Skull next turn. So this has been one of those kind of weird sort of games where like I've just got a bunch of land. I really don't have much going on, but maybe since he's kind of had a slow start, I can make something happen. And there's Gideon Ally of Zendikar, which is that's fine, you know. Pretty good card, I hear. And it's going to matter a lot what kind of disruption he's able to muster here. Because if not, I mean, then the Batter Skull is probably fine. At least it gives me some game. And Treachery is not the worst, but unfortunately I can't like Treachery into Batter Skull here because one of the mana will be the Chrome Mox. So... I just go get a Plains or Plateau, the Plateau, and then I can play the Mox, and I don't care to pitch the Rabble Master here really. I don't think it's costing me much. Now this is making me wonder, since he did take a moment there, is it possible that he just has like Spell Pierce or something? I think it's worth exploring though, because I don't like the idea of him being able to just sit there and just Umezawa's GT for free against my empty board. But he does have it, yeah. Alright. I passed him the Spell Pierce. What's she gonna do? Alright, so hopefully though I can still, like, there's definitely some things I could do to work my way back in this game. Dig Through Time can make a difference. Elesh Norn could be pretty good. Once I get the mana out for that, which is not too far off. So there's definitely some things. But I'm going to need to start doing some things now. Disenchant is already something that could be good here. Man, how good would that card have been a while ago? Okay, so do I Treachery here? I mean, I don't get much out of Treachery. Maybe I just dig through time at the end of turn? I guess I do. Which kind of puts me behind the curve as far as where, you know, doing something useful, but maybe if I can find just the ideal cards, I can make something happen. Maybe next turn is Elesh Norn plus something else, and somehow, like with Mana Crypt and such. Possible that it could be good. I guess if he plays like a bigger creature, then it's possible that the Elesh Norn plus Treachery could happen, but he didn't do that, so gonna dig and hopefully not get countered, and then untap and do some stuff and hopefully not get countered. It's a lot of big ifs there, because he's got 4 cards in hand and all his mana untapped in a blue deck, so we shall see. Definitely not been the ideal draw here. I'm getting mana leaked, so. But now if I just like natural draw Elesh, maybe I have a shot. Didn't though, I just drew another land, so that is unfortunate. And I assume it means that I am dead in this game, because Treachery is pretty useless here. I can play the Spell Queller to try to block, I guess. Probably won't. Probably would be better to just go on to game 2. This is a good time to concede before he sees my hand, because he's got me. There's just no doubt about it. He got the click too, nice. So, I mean, me and this guy were definitely passing cards back and forth around the table that we would both want. So, let's hope that I'm able to do a little bit better in this game. I feel like my deck is pretty good, but I'm just going to need it to kind of show up a little bit more this time. Cards that were not good, that would not be necessarily good. The Norn is expensive. The Batterskull has trouble with Spell Pierce. Treachery was difficult at best. So I could instead play like Disenchant and maybe I mean the Disenchant's kind of nice against his Jite. It's possible that there's other things that it would be good against. Rabblemaster was not great against him. So, but I still think it's a good card in general. But with the Jet running around, maybe not so much. I've got enough mana with the Crypt and the Mox, though, that the Batterskull's not at its worst. What do you want to bet he has True Name Nemesis too? I mean, I think I'm still pretty good with where it's at in general. Chandra Flamecaller has some potential, because if it resolves, it's just great. I think I like this card better, though, than like the Rabblemaster, maybe? Maybe it's the Disenchant instead of the Rabblemaster. I think it is. I think there's a decent chance that that's good against him. So I'm going to try that out. I'd really just need to draw a little bit better. If I draw well, I think the deck is just a machine, and like 1 or 2 card choices aren't going to be the worst. I just need to have some good mana and card draw. Okay, I think that is quite good. I could even like turn 1 balance. And, nah, probably not going to do that, but I am going to keep. So I have like a turn 2 Ajani. That is great. Alright, so Scalding Tarn to get a Hallowed Fountain, and then I can cast the Ajani on 2, which should theoretically put me very far ahead. And it's just going to go ahead and eat his Mother of Runes, but that's fine. That is fine indeed. So, yeah, I think that's the last land here. Gotta love Mana Crypt for doing what Mana Crypt does here. I could even just keep his land tapped, and that way I could just use Balance on the Mother of Runes. And that would keep my Ajani a little bit bigger, but I think I'll be fine to just go ahead and kill them. Don't necessarily count on the balance. Just see what happens. Okay, so now I can balance the Baral. Yeah, it's that one the flip. Cool. I could wait though and balance 2 creatures, hopefully. Keep his mana tapped. Seems okay. Yeah, let's keep his mana tapped for a little while. See what he comes up with here. I certainly won't have a problem balancing to wrap the board next turn if I need to. But if I don't need to, I'll also be happy to keep my Planeswalker around and just keep pressuring his mana with it until my card draw spells come through. Heads, I lost the flip. Boo. Okay. Okay, so... lands or cards? What's going to be more important here? I would like to take cards out of his hand, I guess. Could be a point at which that would matter. I guess I should take... yeah, I should probably tap the Brawl so I can build up counters actually on my Ajani for now, because since I do have the balance. And if I'm going to end up getting rid of a land, it's probably going to be an island, so we'll do that. Still got Counterspell backup, so that's feeling pretty good. Hopefully he just like drops a dude. No, not this time. Okay. He may be going Vendilion Click at end of turn. Yeah, it's on the flip, yay. More land. So this is another game where I've just sadly just drawn lots and lots of land, which is just not good. Not what we're supposed to do here. So tap this guy again, counter the click, I guess, and then I could have gone after his lands, just held lands in hand, but that could have gotten real dangerous. I'm gonna go ahead and play the Sacred Foundry. And Counterspell. I have to because that is the card that, that protects my Ajani. Lets me use it again. It's pretty sweet. What's he going for here? Gideon Ally of Zendikar. Okay. Okay. So here we go. I really need to just hit some card draw. Like an Ancestral Recall right now would just be the nuts. And this deck, I mean, come on. I've drawn 4, 6, 7, 8 land, and 1, 2, 3 actual spells. So I'm really due. Like this unfortunately happened last game where I just flooded out. Let's please not do it again. I don't think that's asking a whole lot. Just need to draw some card draw. Heads on the flip. Okay, alright, that's something. That's certainly something. I guess I'm gonna balance, and then like I could bolt the Gideon, but that doesn't do like a lot. Jace, and then Jace land balance puts him down to 1 card in hand, but then he can just Gideon my Ajani next turn. I guess what I really need is like a Path to Exile off the Jace. Okay. Either way, though, I can't really protect the Ajani, but I do think the balance would be worth doing now to get the creatures off the board, make him actually use the Gideon, and have 2 planeswalkers that he has to worry about. So, alright. Jace plus balance leaves me with 3 mana if I play a land first, which is what I'm going to do. So that works versus Mana Leak. Alright. And there we go. And then I'll draw a card off Jace. He'll actually probably... The thing, he almost has to go after the Ajani, because otherwise I can keep it tapped. Alright, so I'm going to choose 5 lands I control and keep them. Yep, those will be fine. And I have to sack 1 land. He has to discard 2 cards and sacrifice all his creatures. It's not the most game-breaking balance ever, but it's okay. It was a little bit balanced. Theoretically, I just need to draw like Ancestral Recall off the Jace, and then use the Ancestral to draw Path to Exile. Alright. Cards. Oh! That actually, I guess, works out, because then I can Helix the Gideon, and then Ajani the Gideon. Oh wait, I can't play around Spell Pierce though. If he, I mean, would he really have kept Spell Pierce of all cards? I don't think so. But if he did, then I can still use the Ajani's other ability. You know, the Ada cards. But he didn't, so that's pretty good. Keeping a board with 2 planeswalkers. Alright, this is looking a lot better than it was at the beginning of that turn. Thank you, Jace. Ugh. Well, it was looking a lot better before True Name Nemesis came out. I bet you that's the card he kept. And he chose me. Strange. Alright, so I guess I just make us both draw with Jace. I really need to just draw the Elesh Norn now. Tails. Alright. I'm getting good at calling coin flips. So that's something. Yeah, I'm going to make us both draw because I want to keep the Jace around. Speaking of Jace. And go ahead, keep his land tapped. And then cast the Jace. Alright. So that's actually pretty nice too. Then I can reuse my balance even to take out his True Name Nemesis. Should be nice. Unfortunately, he does get to take out the Ajani. Not much I can do about that, but still feel like I'm in okay shape. It's a battle. There's no doubt about that at all. I'll call heads this time. Oh, boo. Alright, so first I'm going to use this guy and flip, I think. Yeah, because I may want to cast Balance again. And that is the way that would lend more towards doing that, is using the Jace last. The Chrome Mox actually helps with casting balance, as I can get down lower in cards in hand if I so choose. So I think I keep it. It also works with Thirst for Knowledge. But I do think I want to recast the balance. Making sure here, I mean, I can't target his guy, so yeah, I think I may cast this turn. Just in case this doesn't work the way I think it does, I'll just play the cards out first. I'm going to keep the Path to Exile, I guess. Although I could pitch it to the Chrome Mox, but if he has a counter spell that works, I mean, I don't think he does, so maybe I just want him to pitch his hand. The Path doesn't do much right now anyway. I think I'm going to take that gamble, because I just don't want him to have a hand. And I think probably there's not a 2-cost counter spell that is going to work, because I have the Remand. So I'm going to balance him this time out of creatures and cards, which is really great. And then I'm going to use Jace. Use Jace, then use Jace. Seems good. Alright, there we go. So does it happen? I think it's happening. Alright, good stuff. So now I will draw a card. I don't want to give him a card if, okay, a disenchant's pretty useless, but that's alright. That's alright, I've got 2 cards, I've got 2 planeswalkers on the board, and game over. Alright, very nice. So, got there in game 2. Now I just gotta get there in game 3. I don't know about the disenchant at this point. Counter spells are the only thing I know that's really, really good. Can't be, not all of your cards can be counter spells, unfortunately. Did he have like a lot of answers? Because like the Rekindling Phoenix is sort of tempting. It does some stuff against what he's doing. I'm not really digging the tapping out thing, but I mean, I think we're still on this kind of setup. Like, I guess. See, True Name Nemesis also gets around the removal. I don't know. Actually, I think I do like the disenchant. I think just because he didn't draw it that time doesn't mean he doesn't have it. I think he probably has a sword too. Like, my gut just says probably he's playing more than one enchantment. Even if it's like Oblivion Ring, like there's something to disenchant. Excuse me. And then again, I think with the card draw, so this is not great. I mean, if I have one land on top, it is great, but I'm going to mulligan and try to make sure I have a hand that can play Magic. This is probably better. I don't know about Phantasmal Image. It's not terrible, but I think I'm looking for other things like card draw. And even just like things to accelerate out with Mana Crypt. So that does not fit the category for either of those. Now, Treachery is okay in a lot of matchups, but in this matchup right now, I think it's tempting to just have Counterspell up on turn 2. Maybe not. It's hard to give up Treachery. Just Well, I'm gonna play the island because I want to have double blue next turn. I think I'm actually going to do it. Yeah, I think having the counter spell available is probably important enough, as sad as that is. Like, I don't know though, because like, then next turn I have 2 turns from now I could have Treachery if he plays something worth treacherying. think, well, there are cards I'd want to counter on turn 2, but I hate to dump my hand to do it. That's a tough call. Yeah, I just don't trust the treachery. I don't trust holding on to it. Can't trust treachery. It's treacherous. I'm going to make sure that I have counterspell available, if at all possible. I may not even need it this turn, but I may. Sometimes a spell just has to be countered. And I feel like, I really hope that I'm not going to have to play this whole draft without playing Ancestral Recall, so I'm gonna trust in the heart of the cards here. I think I'm long overdue for a nice sweet card draw game. So I'm just gonna play those for some mana and pass the turn and sit back and wait and hopefully be able to handle whatever thing that he has coming. So he didn't do anything that turn, but I felt a little safer, I guess, having the Mox. Whatever. So I'll play this and pass the turn. Just kind of hanging in there, waiting on some card draw. Mother of Runes. Well, that would have done away with any opportunity for my treachery to be good anyway. I think I can let Mother of Runes resolve. I think there's definitely more concerning things like, say, Gideon Ally of Zendikar that might be coming next turn, so... Ooh! Now that's good stuff. Alright, so I'm going to play the Plains, and I'm going to play the Mana Crypt, and hopefully Archangel Avacyn will be ready to do some work for me. This could be a good opportunity for the Archangel, especially with Preordain going off now. That means there's a decent chance he's not going to have Counterspell up. I don't want to play it pre-combat, and now I'm not sure I do want to play it because I don't want it to get mana leaked. Yeah, I think I can be patient about it. I think I can go ahead and play around mana leak, and then I'm just going to look kind of silly for playing my Mana Crypt early, but I'm on the flip anyway, so no props. So there's 5. Alright. Again, I'm the one that has the upper hand generally if the game goes longer, though Mana Crypt makes that a little more dangerous. Ball of Omens, yep, that is fine. And now, I'll probably actually just go Impulse, because I think I can find some card draw, and the Archangel is actually going to be held back for later, probably, but that's fine. Oh, I really didn't mean to do that. But this is fine. So, I guess it's a Johnny, maybe it's Palace Jailer. Make myself the Monarch? Because I can maybe make him tap to counterspell. Making myself the Monarch is not terrible. Still leaves me with enough mana to cast my counterspell if needed. Yeah, I like drawing a card every turn. So, let's cast Archangel Avacyn. And see if that forces the mana leak out. Because I am digging being able to untap and cast my Palace Jailer. I think that card at this moment is pretty good. Probably going to draw me at least one card. Maybe 2, maybe 3. More cards equals more chance to draw more cards because of my Ancestral Recall and stuff. And yeah, I think he's getting that it might be important to me to get him tapped out, so he doesn't want to do that, so that's fine. I lost the flip, that's fine. I have a threat now, so I'm going to go ahead and hit him. Still going to cast the Palace Jailer, by the way. you know, pretty good. If he goes leak, I can just pay, and I'll be happy to do so and keep my counterspell for later. And okay, become the monarch. And I guess I target the Mother of Ruins, make him tap it. Doesn't look like he'll be, yeah, he'll have to be tapping that, but the important part of it is the fact that I'm going to become the monarch, which means I'm going to draw a card at the end of turn, so that's pretty cool. And I also have the Archangel in play to help me regain the monarchy if he somehow gets it from me. So that's pretty sweet. And I've got counterspell to defend myself, so got some good things going on here. It's been a little touch and go, but I think I, you know, definitely at least have a shot to take this one home. He didn't really come out with the most aggressive start, and I feel like his deck really wants to be kind of aggressive. And it's a really good sign if he's just going to pass back. Yeah, more time to draw more cards. Liking that a lot. More time that goes by, the better. Oof. As long as the mana crypt doesn't kill me. Alright, well I'm definitely attacking with the Archangel. I think. I don't actually even have to. Like, what if he has Condemn? Well, he didn't Condemn last turn. I feel like if he had Condemn particularly last turn, then he would have used Condemn last turn, so let's hit for sure. And go ahead and get a land out. And draw more cards. One-sided Howling Mines are usually pretty effective. I'm using it to dig through this just glut of lands that this deck apparently has. This is another game where I've drawn 1, 2, 3, 4 spells. And one of them was Impulse, which actually got me the other spell. So, it's one of those things. Well, you don't counter the Mystical Tutor, you counter the spell that comes after the Mystical Tutor, traditionally, so sort of card disadvantage thing going on. Time Walk, okay. Well, I would like to counter Time Walk, but at the same time, unless something bad happens to me here... Oh, okay, so Vincer... Well, what do you Vincer, though? Like, you can Vincer the Archangel, but I'll just recast the Archangel. You Vincer the Palace Jailer, but that doesn't really matter. Vincer the Chromox, but again, that doesn't matter that much either. It does give him an attacker, which is relevant with Mother of Runes, because then he could get through. Maybe I just counter it. Yeah, I don't want him drawing cards as the Monarch, so I think because that's important enough to me, like, if he Time Walks next turn, that's one thing, but if he Time Walks and draws 2 Monarch cards in the process, that's a whole other thing. Okay. So it's a little bit of a risky way to use a counter spell, but I'm thinking, like, at the moment I'm kind of okay with it, because, you know, now he really has to have something. Like, if he doesn't have anything now, because he didn't have it last turn, so I don't know how he could have drawn it now, unless he was trying to bait out my counter spell. And if he's now trying to think about whether I have a counter spell or not, like, I think he's almost to the point he can't afford to play around it anymore. But the difficult part is, even if he has something he can throw down, like a True Name Nemesis or a Gideon that'll, like, get him the Monarchy next turn, like, I'll just come back and get it back with the Archangel, theoretically, so... Oh... I just want to draw Ancestral Recall. Is that so wrong? And just dig my way right into the win. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's great. Ugh. Well, now I do wish that I'd kept my counterspell, I guess. But at least he doesn't get the Monarch this turn, so that's important. Alright, so he gets 2 extra turns, so that's pretty bad. I really wish I had just like Swords to Plowshares or something right now. I mean, if I could take down the Snapcaster Mage when he goes to attack, that would be something. Okay, I have to just let him do the Brumaz. Obviously, I don't have an option. Sometimes I think it's important to delay your response a little bit to see if, you know, maybe you get him to kind of back down a little bit, but of course he is able to go ahead and attack here, so... Alright. I mean, he kind of has to. I mean, it's not going to matter. I'm going to draw like Ancestral Recall into like 3 business spells, but... because I just, you know, the heart of the cards. I drafted Ancestral Recall, like I'm going to get to use Ancestral Recall. And he gets to see that I top deck it. That's the idea here. It's all a part of the plan. Oh, that was almost a big mistake. See, he can't attack both of them because I actually have a creature to block with. That's kind of... Oh! Interesting. He doesn't want to tap the Mother of Runes. That makes sense. Play it a little bit conservatively. He may have a counterspell in hand. Don't know which one it would be, but... Tails on the flip, that's important, I guess. Alright, well... I'll play my fetch land first in case it matters, and get in there with the Archangel. Well, this is important. It's really nice to get the Monarchy back here, to get myself a card, and I think I will go ahead and sack the Tarn to just eliminate just anything that could get in the way of me drawing my Ancestral Recall, and then draw Ancestral Recall. Interesting. Okay. I appreciate that. That allows me to dig another land out of my deck. We're really coming down to it here. That actually could be nice. I could actually disenchant my Mana Crypt if I need to. If he doesn't like drop a Jite or something here, I might actually want to disenchant my Mana Crypt pretty shortly. I don't necessarily need to do it yet. I'd like to hold on to the option here because this is a really close game and any little swing could be important. That's not an enchantment, is it? It just looks funny. It's just a legendary creature. Okay. Heads on the flip. Alright. Oh, Arid Mesa. Okay, well, let's get in there. Yeah, I guess just the guy here. I'd want to have the Palace Jailer back to block with, in case he goes for like an all-strike or something. Now the question is, do I pop the Arid Mesa? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It seems pretty unlikely that he's going to be able to kill me through my 2 guys, so I'm going to pop the Mesa to get one more card out of the way and hopefully draw some business spells here. Yeah, I didn't set it in time. One thing that's nice though is now I can wait until he tries to Mother of Runes something. Of course that doesn't... Yeah, alright. So I can't do anything about the Brumaz. Question is, what am I using my Helix on now? I mean, it's probably not the token. Alright, what does this do again? There's the battlefield. Whenever a non-angel creature you control dies. So I could Helix my jailer to flip it? Huh. It's tempting. So then if I flip it, I don't think I need to flip it though. 3 damage to each creature, each opponent. Like, if it's gonna survive till next turn anyway, then I'm going to win by attacking. I mean, I could disenchant the crypt now, but I guess maybe I should. I guess I will. I just don't need the mana crypt, and I don't need the life loss that could come from it, so we're getting down to the last couple turns probably anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and avoid that life loss, if at all possible. I mean, he's got to have something for the Archangel or he's just dead. I'm going to draw Ancestral Recall just to be sure. Okay, Dig's pretty good. I'd have to say Dig is pretty good. Do I do that first? Probably not. I think I do it reactively. I don't have anything hasty I'm going to be playing, so... Swing for the win? Dig for the response? Restoration Angel. Let's dig. This, I don't really have any way to recur any of this. He doesn't know that, but I'll leave the counter just in case it scares him in some way. Okay, so I want the Ancestral, and I probably want the... Alright, if he Snapcasters, he can recast nothing relevant this turn, actually. The tutor doesn't matter right now. So I want the Ancestral, pretty sure, and I want the Unexpectedly Absent, because it can get the, yeah, it can actually take his Restoration Angel off the board, which matters. If I were to draw Remand here, I think I'd want to play that first, so I'm going to go ahead and Ancestral Recall myself in response. Okay, that's pretty good. I guess it's Spell Queller, and then I have backup of Path to Exile. No, I think I let it resolve, actually. And then I can go ahead and try to take it off the board from there, because if I don't have to cast the Queller, then my stuff gets cheaper. Well, right now, Path to Exile. Does that do it? If not, I've got Unexpectedly Absent. I also have Spell Queller and Mana Tithe options, but this is the cheapest, most efficient way right now to try and win the game. Does it do it? Spell Pierce. Well, I guess I will pay 2 for that. I'm going to yield to that. And theoretically, I just still have him. Probe is not an instant. So I think maybe we just barely got there. Wow. Boy. Sometimes it takes every bit of just what you have, just every possible thing that you have to just get it done. And that was one of those times. So I hope that was a pretty entertaining match for everybody. It was pretty nerve-wracking over here. Looking forward to round 2. Please join me for that.